Docker volume. We have seen how multi-container setup work, where the application stores data in the database. But what happens when the database container is removed? Our data is lost. So there comes Docker volume. Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Maya and I am a software developer. In this channel, we discuss about the tools and strategies of DevOps. Subscribe to this channel for related content. So, what is Docker volume? In simple terms, Docker volume is just a folder or a location in your host machine which is in sync with the database container. So whatever data is generated inside the container, it will be in sync with that folder. In this way, whenever a container is destroyed, the data will remain there inside the host machine. Suppose your containers are removed, but your local volume or the directory will still be there and has all the data which was previously saved by the application. And when the containers come back again, the data will be restored inside the database container. In this way, you won't be losing any of your data. Currently, here I have shown that this folder exists inside host machine, but you can create volume in your host machine or in remote server as well. Here we have taken example of adding a volume in database. We can do the same for any other container. For example, suppose in your application container you have some logs and you want them to be persisted. In that case, you can attach a volume to your application container as well. And whenever your container will be up and running, you will be able to get the same logs. Let's see how it works. From our previous video, we have this application where we are connecting to the database and inserting data into it. So this was the Docker Compose file that we have previously used. Here I have made a couple of changes. First one is to add the volumes. Here I have added the volumes like my volume, and then I am attaching this volume here to my DB container. So the syntax will be to have the key volumes, and then the first is the name of the volume which you have created, and then the location from the container where the data is actually got created. So for MySQL, this path is where lib MySQL. It will be different for different databases. Like for MongoDB, it is /data/db. So you need to mount it to that path. One more thing I have changed is that here the table name that I am creating, I am generating a random number and then creating the table, so that whenever I will run my application, it will create a new table and we will check whether the previous table is still present or not. Let's try to run this Docker Compose file. Here we can see that the table users34 is created. Now let's check out the database. We can see that users34 is present here. And it has the same entry that we have put in our server.py file. Now let's exit the container. And here we will set the Docker Compose down. So we can see that our containers are removed. We can also check using the command docker es. Okay, as we can see that no containers are present. Now when I do Docker Compose up again, I can see a new table is created, users32. Let's check the database again. Now we can see that there are two tables, the one which was previously created with the previous container, and this one is the new one. So in this way we can see that our data is persisted across the containers. Now to check the list of volumes, the command is docker volume ls. So these are all anonymous volumes and this is the named volume which we have created. We can also inspect our volume. Here we can see the details like where is it mounted, what is the version of Docker Compose we are using. So this was one way to create a local Docker volume. Similarly, you can create a remote volume where you need to provide username and password to connect to the remote server and then store data into it. This is how data persistence works in Docker. If you have learned something new today, please like this video. Thanks again for watching.